What's going on, ladies? All right, so are y'all, whoever's watching. So today is September 21st. It's a Wednesday, and for you today, it's going to be the 22nd, which is Thursday. So anyway, I hope y'all are having a wonderful day, and I hope y'all are enjoying the month of September because it's almost over, almost already. Anyway, I'm peeping. Okay, so anyway, today's topic, I wanted to talk about how infertility can ruin a relationship, a marriage. Anyway, my main focus though is how infertility is hard on marriage. And it's so ironic because I was asking my husband, I try and think of topics. So a lot of times I do my homework, or I'll think of things to talk about for the the couch chronicle session, and to kind of inform you guys on certain things. Well, I was talking to my husband and I was like, what do you think I should talk about this week? Like, give me some ideas. And normally he has no ideas. And so yesterday he was like, well, why don't you talk about how infertility or whatever can be stressful on the marriage or whatever, and how the conflicts and stuff of it. And I say, that's a very good topic, because I've ran into several women, those that are, have been on YouTube, and those that are off YouTube, and infertility as a whole, not even those that have went through like IVF just yet, or FET just yet, or IUI, whatever the case may be, but even those that have been trying for years and have not conceived, and the doctor's like, well, nothing's wrong, unexplained infertility, and stuff like that. So basically, when it comes down to it, infertility as a whole can be very stressful on a marriage. For one, is the unknown, of when it's going to happen, why it's not happening, because a lot of couples will go into marriage and they're like, you know what, we're going to get married. The same year we get married, we're going to try for a baby, and then 5 years later, there's no baby. The husband looks at the wife looks at the husband. Everybody's pointing fingers at whose fault it is, and I mean, it becomes this this unnecessary fight, because you both are angry and then don't know if who has the issue, or if there's even an issue. So that's the first thing, is just the unknown at first. That's the first pretty much argument, the first thing that a lot of people, that's where it all begins, where it brews. Then a little bit later, once you go to the doctor and you figure out who has the problem, let's say if the man has the problem, the woman's feeling some type of way, like, man, did I make the right decision? Did I pick the right husband? I mean, there's a lot of factors that factors into that, and then she's wondering and she's upset and she's like, man, my body's working, but look at him. Then if it's the woman issue, the man's like, man, like, don't want to hang in for all of this, because some men are not strong enough to handle a infertility journey. The journey is very stressful, and there's not a lot of people that can even take on that journey. I mean, a lot of people are willing to just give up really quickly. You cannot be weak. You cannot be a weak person on this journey at all. You cannot be weak-minded, weak-hearted. You just can't. So the thing is, once you go to the fertility doctor, and then you find out who has the issue and how do you fix the issue, next it becomes they say this is the number one leading cause to divorces, which is finance. I know we've had our share of financial difficulties, especially after after I left the job that had the 100% coverage. It then became, what are we going to do? How are we going to pay this? How are we going to save up money for this? Especially if you had already used all your resources elsewhere, and then all of a sudden now you're faced with this dilemma of, how am I going to pay for this? Or there's some couples that don't have the insurance, and everybody knows a round of IVF can be between 10 and 20,000 depending on how extensive it is, and how what you have to do to get it, and so forth, and who has the issue. So that's not just an overnight thing. you know. And so the woman is in a rush. She's like, oh, I want to save this money, I want to get this money. And you know, a lot of times you have to pick and choose. Should I use this money and save it and put it towards IVF? Should I save this money and put it towards this new house, or this new bicycle, or this new car that I want, you know, or a vacation? And I think that's the juggle, you know, with any relationship with finances. You know, it's like you spent money on this, but that money could have been going here, you know. So I feel like finance is like the #1 thing. There's so many women across the board dealing with infertility that are in debt. Debt meaning, not saying that, oh, you can't pay your bills and stuff, but in debt meaning you didn't pull out loans, you didn't put out liens against your house, your cars, whichever. You have payday loans, you have bank loans, you have all these loans that you've taken out just for this procedure, IVF, FET, reconstruction of, you know, whatever, you know, going on down there. I mean, all kind of stuff, medication, you know, and so forth. And people have lost things, lost cars, lost houses, you know. Like I've heard stories, you know, of people that just lose things, you know, and it's because of that. And then you're in this situation where now you and your husband don't have a place to stay, or you don't have a vehicle because you didn't put a lien against that, or you know, it's just so many things. And so, you know, because this journey here is mostly for women that really want, or women or men that really want to have a baby so bad, you'll do anything that you can financially to get that done. I ain't saying go on strip, I ain't saying go and be a prostitute, but I'm saying like you will pretty much do any and everything you can to try and get that baby. You know, I can honestly say me and my husband, out of pocket, this go round here, we had to spend like what, $2,000 for this round of FET here. The last one that we lost at 9 weeks this year, around February, we paid $3,200 maybe. So far this year it has been $5,000 altogether. Okay, that wouldn't include the medications. I mean, although we had some that were donated to us, but we still had to pay out of pocket for some medications, like the oral medications and stuff. So that was $5,000 already. Okay, and that's just for a FET. No, we spent a little bit more than that, because you got to remember storage fee. Because we have embryos left over, that's $500. So we didn't spend about $5,500 in the past, what's this, September, so about 8 months. Okay, and with the first cycle with the twins, it was completely covered. However, we still had to pay doctor fees. We still had to have my surgeries and had to pay out of pocket. We still had to pay for, you know, like I said, visits and co-pays and I mean stuff like that. Medications was covered at a certain percentage. We still had to pay like a deductible, I believe it was, or something we had to pay to get those medications. So finance, I feel like finance is the #1 killer of relationships, of marriages, y'all, like for real. And then it becomes the strain of when it doesn't work. You know, I can honestly say that almost 99.2% of all couples that have went through IVF and it has not successfully worked, that it has not successfully worked as far as creating a baby, put into their mind, is this even meant to be? There becomes that spiritual thing where it's like, God, maybe you want me with somebody else, and maybe it'll happen with that person. It's so like, it's just so many things that go through your mind when you're trying to go through it, or you're going through it and you're not succeeding. You know, you start wondering, what if this is not right? What if it's not the right man? What if it's not the right woman? You know, and so forth. So then it becomes that, you know, the wondering, you know, why it's not happening? Why hadn't it happened yet? What's the problem? You know, why this person here can go get an IVF transfer and then do IVF and get pregnant the first time, and then here you go having to go, you know, go through 5 or 6 cycles and it still hadn't worked. So then, like I said, that leads you to the next thing where it's like, well, what if? And we're supposed to be together. Maybe it's not supposed to happen for us. Maybe it's supposed to be for me and somebody else, or you for somebody else. So that would be the next thing that you have to look at. Then, let's say you do get pregnant. Like us, have multiple losses. You tend to think that same thing, you know, is it meant to be? You know, this and the third. You start blaming each other. Whose fault is it? You know, oh, you should have been doing this, or you should have been doing the pointing of the finger. You know, it's like it seems like it's always somebody's fault in a situation like that. And I just honestly believe that infertility is just one of those things where it can make or break you. It can break you financially, mentally, socially, physically, emotionally, all them Lee cousins. It can really get to you. However, if you and your spouse are willing to hold hands and fight through the journey, I feel like it'll be well worth it in the end. Because I know my husband told me one time, he was like, if we never had any kids, he was like, I'll be perfectly happy. You know, I'll be happy. It wouldn't bother me. You know, it wouldn't affect my love for you. It wouldn't make me look at you any different. As a woman, I'm looking at, man, I can't even give my husband a child. I can't give my husband this. I can't give my husband that, you know. And so it makes you look at yourself a certain way, you know. I mean, you already feel almost less of a woman. Well, in my eyes, I did. I'm like, man, I can't even, you know, do like every other woman, you know, have fun and get pregnant, you know, and stuff like that. So it does rip you at your core both ways, you know. And like my husband said, you know, what if it was me that had the issue, you know, would you stay or would you leave, you know, and stuff like that. So it's a lot to think about, you know. It's a lot to think about. And like I said, you have to be very strong-minded. You have to be willing to stay with that person through thick or thin. When you got married, it said through thick and thin, rich or poor. It didn't say in case you didn't have a baby, or it didn't say if you can't get, you know, I mean, you know, it didn't say do all that, you know. It didn't say go sleep with a milkman and get pregnant and then be with your husband. So what I'm saying is that, you know, or whichever, you know, but what I'm saying is that you have to be very strong to be with someone that has infertility issues, you know, has situations dealing with infertility and stuff when it's not you that have the issue. I was lucky enough to have a spouse that just tells me, you know, regardless, that he still loves me, he'll still be with me, blah, 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 you know, and on and on. And, you know, I'm so happy that it didn't break us. I mean, there were times, y'all, where, like I said, it's a lot of things off camera, of course, people don't see, but it was many times where we didn't cry together. We didn't, you know, it was a disagreement to where, you know, not really a say argument, but a disagreement, or, you know, a back and forth, you know, disagreement where we're just like, oh my gosh, like, so over it, you know, and stuff like that. And then financially, do you pay your light bill or do you pay infertility? I mean, come on, I mean, really and truly responsibly, you would pay your light bill, but it's one of those things, you know. And then it gets pushed back, and then the woman's ready, like me. I'm like, I'm ready, and I'm like, oh wait, the car broke down, we gotta push it back another month. The other car broke down, oh, we gotta push back another month, you know. And I understand perfect timing. So the thing is that, like I said, it can make you or break you. And I feel like the situations that happen with infertility has brought me and my husband closer, because in the end, you have nobody else to depend on but that spouse, you know. And I can only imagine when a man or a woman decides to leave the marriage because of an infertility issue, that right there can make a person feel so low. But I've seen situations, I've seen couples that have tried to have children, didn't. They decide, you know, go their separate ways, or this person cheating on this person cheating on that person. They get with somebody else, and then bam, they have a whole family and stuff, you know. And so what I'm saying is that, not necessarily saying that, oh, you need to break up with your spouse and find somebody else, but what I'm saying is that if you decide that that's not for you, and you're living this other life outside of your marriage because that person can't get pregnant, or because this person can't produce kids or whatever, and you go outside the marriage and stuff like that, like, that just brings up a whole nother can of worms or whatever. But anyway, I mean, like I said, it can make or break you. I'd rather it make me than break me. And you know, the devil is busy and he is trying to kill, steal, and destroy, and one thing he's not gonna do is destroy this marriage. So I hope y'all having a wonderful day. Again, you know, make sure that you spending time together. Make sure that you are still loving each other in the midst of, you know, this infertility journey. Make sure you're still dating each other. And what I mean by dating, make sure that you're still taking that lady out. If you're a man, take that woman out. Buy her flowers, buy her favorite perfume, her favorite candy, cook her favorite dish. Let her know you still love her and thank her for all that she has done, because it's a lot. It is a lot. The needles, the timing, the having to have periods, first of all, is enough, but the timing of it, you know, the stress of it, she still has to work, she still has to clean the house, she still has to cook, she still has to do all these things and worry about infertility and worry about taking shots and going to every doctor visit without you. Do something for her. And if the man is the one that has to take his shots or do certain things, you know, ladies, buy his favorite game he likes to play on the PlayStation, Xbox, whatever. You know, buy him some smell good, you know, cook his favorite dinner, you know, do stuff for him to make him feel like, hey, I'm still by your side, I have not left you, you know. So keep that romance going, keep the friendship going, and so forth. And, you know, like I said, just let it make you and not let it break you. You know, I mean, you definitely don't want to go into another relationship and have to explain, hey, you know, I got some infertility issues, it's gonna be about $20,000, this and then the third to do this. You know, like, stick with that person. You're supposed to be ride or die, point blank, period. You know, Bonnie and Clyde, you know. So, and anyway, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go, but I wanted to kind of put that little bug in y'all ear, because I know there's maybe somebody out there that's thinking like that, you know, like, should I move around, or, you know, questioning themselves and stuff about their relationship. And, you know, and if she want to leave or he want to leave, then let him leave. However, you know, I just really wish that that person that may be watching this right now that's just undecided and confused and having marital issues, let it start with you. You know, you buy the first thing and let them know, hey, you're special. Write a note and let them know, hey, thank you so much for sticking with me through this journey that I didn't know I had, or, you know, thank you so much, you know. And you know, y'all work through this. You know, it's a tough journey. I hate to see when people break up, especially because the woman can't give the husband a baby, or the husband can't produce, you know, a child, or, you know, and stuff like that. So anyway, that's the topic for today. I really hope this video touched someone. For my husband to kind of bring it up just like that, you know, because normally he's like, I don't know, and stuff like that. We have a lot of in-depth conversations. Like, we talk about everything. Me and my husband have this relationship where, like, I tell him, you can say anything and I won't get mad. I won't hold you accountable for it, you know, except when he tell me that Rihanna is his, you know, he like Rihanna and stuff. Now that right there, no. She can work herself out of here and all that stuff, like, you know. But anyway, like I said, we talk about everything. And I feel like if you have that communication and you're talking and you expressing your feelings, and like, you have to have this thing where it's an open floor. You should be able to express your feelings and tell that person exactly how you feel, you know. And like I said, there's many times I told my husband, you know, do you think it's meant to be? Do you think this? Do you think that? And we talk. It don't be like, oh, well, you said it to me, so I'm wondering, are you going to leave, this and that. No, it's just talk it out. Ask that person how they really feel about it. Ask them, you know, would they like to continue to keep trying, and how do they feel about, you know, keep trying. Make sure you are including them, and it's not just about you, because a lot of women in this journey, it's all about us and about us getting our babies, and it's not about the financial strain on the spouse. Because if I had to pay a whole $10,000 or $20,000 for this, I probably would have said no, to be honest with you. Because I've thought recently, I ain't gonna lie, like the past 5 months, I literally was like, okay, Quisha, do you really want to do this? Do you really want to spend another $2,000 something dollars? Whereas we're in the midst of, you know, trying to buy a house in the near future, and it's like, you know, and back in the day, you couldn't pay me to pick or choose. It would have been baby. So anyway, y'all, I'm bringing this video for just awareness, to know that y'all that are just beginning the journey, it's a very It's a very tough journey, and when you enter this journey, you need all your armor on. I'm gonna tell you right now, you need all your armor on. And it doesn't stop. Once you have that baby, you still have to have communication issues. The mom's gonna be tired, the daddy needs to help out. I mean, it just keeps going on and on. But still in all, this journey here of the trying to get pregnant, the multiple miscarriages, the medicine, the cost, all of that, it weighs a lot on a relationship and a marriage and stuff like that. To Nikki, they had a healthy baby girl, and was it somebody else that had a baby? Somebody else that went into their second trimester. Who was that? Somebody that just went into their second trimester. I don't remember who. Forgive me. Oh, well, that's the husband calling. Y'all have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. And I hope y'all enjoy. Stay tuned to the next couple videos. Y'all gonna be excited. Bye. Where you at? Where you
beside
at?
You. That's me right
Inside.
there. I'm right here. You looking at me.
I hear something, baby. Where they coming from? Oh, shoot. Oh, I can't shoot. Woo! Woo!
I spilled there.